Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Ted Ings. Today we are talking about mobile service, and Ted, quite the panel we have here assembled today on the subject.
A highly anticipated panel, Sarah Vantine. Brian Benstock is here with us with some of the leaders in mobile service and the Paragon team. Brian, first over to you. You recently decided that mobile service is going to be one of your offerings. Tell us how that all came about and some of your thinking there.
Well, the Anthony Petito, he messed up and he took the store to 100% capacity. And so how do we expand? He does it all the time. How do we expand? And then I saw some of the offerings that were going on and some of the things that Mark's doing, and we realized that a lot of the business that we're doing in the shop can be done in the customer's driveway. And I'm hearing numbers from 30 to 37% of the work that we're doing in the shop can be done in the customer's driveway. And I said, wait a second, wait, if we take that work out of the shop, that'll give Mr. Petito more capacity, and not only more capacity, but more capacity with the higher income jobs. You know, we don't, a car is about 200 square feet that takes up a space, whether you're doing an oil change with it or a transmission. So if we're going to have something in the shop, we want to have the most productivity we can at the store, do that other stuff out. And so we're just dipping our toe in this, but we're really excited, and we've got a pretty good picture of what this could look like.
Mark, you saw this really early as an opportunity. Talk to us about that.
I didn't have a choice. Like Brian, I was 100%, 50 texts in 50 days with a 3-week wait to get in my store, right? So really didn't have much of a choice when I did it. I did it out of necessity on trying to grow, not only grow, but try to keep my current customers from defecting, right? So, what we've discovered in the business now is it's really a great retention tool to get some people to come back to you that aren't coming to you now, right? You outreach to them, but similar situation. You peak out. There's only so much brick and mortar, and you have to come up with a new idea.
Mark, what I didn't realize is, I thought we solved that with pickup and delivery, but there's a whole bunch of customers that want nothing to do with us picking up their car, bringing it here and bringing it back. And I sort of get that. And again, you're blind to it until you see it. And once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Right.
I think is a great.
Because pickup and delivery is still bringing the car in the store. It still needs to be written up. It still needs to be processed. It still needs to do it. So what pickup and delivery is, you're making it very convenient for the guest, and you should, but it still doesn't do much for what is ailing you, right? It's still a capacity issue.
Cost still comes in.
And you still have to process the car, right? Not saying you don't on mobile service, but it's a different process,
Yeah,
right?
we think it's analogous to some of the other things we've done online and out of the building, and we've been able to be successful there. So this is just a natural extension.
I think what you're going to see really is exactly what you talked about in the beginning, right? The unmeasured piece is how much capacity do you free up to do more in a faster manner too, right?
We're going to 3 million, man. Going to 3 million.
Right? So, I mean, that's really the unmeasured.
Raise that bar.
That's
exciting.
And Jim Sabino, you've opened our eyes to the fact that once a customer gets a mobile experience,
Correct.
the customer satisfaction is off the roof and they come back. Tell us about that.
Correct. Yeah. So the customer satisfaction just skyrockets. The motor company measures CSI from the in-shop experience to the mobile experience. Mobile experience is far higher as a higher grade level as your CSI. So what that does is customer retention, right? So most likely the customer is going to continue to do business with you because you're happy with the service that you provided them. They made it very, as one of Brian's trademark words, frictionless to do service with you because we brought the service to them, right? So it's convenience, it's customer satisfaction, it's customer retention, all wrapped up into one ball. Expansion, which you guys talked about before, is paramount because we're maxed out, right? In this area of the country here, we're running on a very small piece of real estate. Paragon is a perfect example of that. Anthony's is so you're very limited. So we're able to expand with mobile bays without expanding into brick and mortar or finding a satellite operation. Your satellite operation now becomes the people's location, the driveways, the parking lots, the fleet service department, the fleet garages, things like that. So expansion without brick and mortar expense, huge. So we're writing 25 to 50 ROs a day additional doing mobile service, more revenue. And as Brian says, you're expanding, you're allowing more higher paid jobs into the shop because you're taking the smaller jobs that can be done offsite at the 37% of all jobs that can be done on the road. And for us, Ford Motor Company, 69% of all recalls can be performed on the road. Huge.
Now imagine this, right? You tie that and hey guys, can you keep it down over there? We're talking here. Okay, imagine this. Now you're doing an appraisal in the customer's driveway. Now you're giving the customer a proposal on a new car, and you're doing a vehicle exchange right there. Vehicle exchange is going mobile, right? I think that's really hot. And then we can pay for the whole thing with the woman's tool over there, and so tie Julie's tool. So you tie all this in, right? And you take the good idea, and that's what I love about this. It's stacking a good idea on top of a good idea, 1+1 = 3. And I think that's what it's all about, getting that capacity and then being able to reach out to customers. And then taking a look at one of you guys was talking to me before, and he said, when you're in their driveway, you say, hey, what about that car? Does that car need service? What about that car? That car needs service. Yes. Oh my God. It's a trifecta 3 for 1. So that's pretty exciting.
Karl and Uj, what does it actually take to run a successful service operation day to day? Where do you see dealerships underestimating the complexity?
Yeah, so I think it's the first thing is mobile is different than fixed ops. So you have to fundamentally say it's not my technician from the shop going to a driveway. It's a fundamentally different business. Further, in a place like Paragon where the brand is so strong, you need to understand you're extending the brand to the driveway and no one's there to watch. So you need tools, tactics, techniques, you need procedures which are completely designed for mobile. One of the things that the biggest unlock for a dealer is understanding that the job description for a technician is not the same as the shop, right? So now they're going to change oil, they're going to do recalls, they're going to do tires, but they have to be consumer, they need to be a customer service person. Right now, what does that mean? Are they going to be the best sales guy? No. They need to be able to tuck their shirt in, smile, look the customer in the eye, say thank you. And they need to have a little bit of capacity to understand initiative. What's too much initiative? What's the right amount of initiative, right? The guy,
The service advisor. Those are key insights here, by the way.
Yeah.
Really key.
Well, and you have to tell them, like, is it okay to move the trash can to the end of the driveway? Like the lady asked me to do that. Is that okay? Sure. Is it okay to like clean the garage?
This gave me an upcharge.
Well, we've done 4 million services and the customers have asked us all those things. Well, really? So are you, literally they said, can you clean our garage for us? No. The guy did it. I'm like, look, I appreciate the customer service. Nice. I don't really want you in the garage. Why? Security issues, safety issues, right? And they're paying us to change oil. They're not paying us to sweep the garage. But it's the brand extension, right? And so those are, I think that's the biggest thing is one, it's different. And if you think about it and you're a good operator and you think about all those steps, then there's all different things you need to plan for and manage. So I would say that's probably my biggest insight from new dealers is think about it as a completely different line of business with opportunity, right? So those are all opportunities, right?
We're looking forward to putting our big toe in. And, again, we're doing beta with rent-a-cars right now. And, I'm so excited about the uplift we've had already with announcing it. That's friends and family first. And we're going to do the same thing with mobile service. The worst thing we can do is to hurt our reputation by going out and not doing it right. And these are very good insights. I appreciate it.
And Uj, the myKaarma tools apply also on mobile service as well.
Yes, they do. We take a slightly different viewpoint in terms of mobile service. For us, we feel like whatever the customer experiences should be in one integrated platforms, right? So that's why we're so API friendly. We have other people, including folks like DinoWare, etc. We're fully integrated into our solution. So the net result is for a customer, it looks seamless and frictionless to use your.
But the open APIs is key because again, we talked about this before. Most of the vendors, and you can't work for us if you're a vendor. You got to be a partner. Yeah. Most of the partners that we have, you have open sourcing, right? So that the information flows back and forth. And again, many of these vendors have disparate objectives. They want to be the be all end all to everybody, and so they block the information, and the information is siloed. And if you have that siloed information, the customer ends up being hurt. The staff ends up being hurt. So I love the open integration.
And we also have our mobile service platform. Actually, Mark here pioneered it for us. He beta tested it for us, and we learned a lot.
I'm going to take advantage of it. Again, students here, you're at Paragon, we're learning, and that's fantastic.
What I think Uj's solution does is that you don't want to take something and uncomplicate it for a customer and then recomplicate it, because it's not like as smooth as here's your video, here's your payment link.
And you've got two customers, right? You've got the internal customer that's using the tool, and the external, and it's got to work for both.
Right. And often what we found in our experience with Mark is you're in the driveway. First of all, we start from scheduling. So in scheduling, we offer you mobile service. So if you say mobile service, it automatically puts a different kind of appointment.
You coming to us, or we coming to you, right? Yeah,
Yes,
great.
exactly. And then we'll put in disclaimers like, hey, make sure your HOA allows this in the driveway. Things like that. Little detail that matters. But in the end, what ends up happening is when you're there, often we do the mobile service, but it creates a lead in our system for the shop because there's other stuff that
Well, you got to do an MPI, right?
Yeah,
You get an
MPI.
MPI, and then
that we introduced video in this industry. We were the first guys to do it, and it's integrated into the MPI. So when you do that MPI, recommendation that you give the customer, it's again mobile. They accept it. Now they can make another appointment and come into your store. It's
starting to say that. I remember during the COVID days, and we were doing the remote service or pickup and delivery, and we'd show a picture. Here's your filter, and this is black filter. Here's a brand new one with COVID-19. Would you like to buy one? We sold a lot of filters.
Oh yeah. Well, what Uja's solution does too, is that your shop technicians are going to start to wonder, are you taking work away from it, or what's in it for me? And that's a great way of explaining it to your main shop, which I suggest that you do, right? So you get buy-in from the whole store.
Sure.
We're going out and doing this, but we're going to discover some more things that's actually going to come in for you guys too. When we put video in, it was another area. Average lift on every repair order was 22%. 22% on top of what you just said last month?
It puts me at 2.8.
2.8. We're getting there. Do I hear three?
Jim, what kind of things can Paragon look forward to? I remember when you started off with your first mobile service truck. Today you have
17 across our 4 rooftops.
What can I look forward to in terms of customer satisfaction, repeat business? What are you saying?
Sure. So obviously the CSI lift is going to go high, which Paragon already sets the bar very high anyway. So it's going to be right there. Customer retention, which they do a great job too, but customer retention is going to increase from what it already is existing now. Marketing. So just think about marketing, right? What dealers spend in marketing every month, every year. These vans represent, when they're badged up and they're wrapped, they represent your dealership, your brand. They're rolling billboards every single day.
I understand that you do the first service, or offer to do the first service for the customer with a mobile service.
Correct. So every new car that's delivered, one of the requisites that's made done by sales or F&I is the first mobile appointment. First service appointment is made as a mobile appointment. It introduces them to the concept.
You're making no money anyhow, so you might as well
Oil change.
get it out of the place. Right?
So make it convenient. Show off, flex that you're out there. You're going to really go out there. So the next time they call, they're going to be looking for that mobile truck.
Not that
Yes.
you need to sell more cars. It's a closing tool for your salespeople.
With it.
And Jim, it's a billboard. as
It's a
well.
billboard. It's a moving billboard.
You got 17.
17's
Correct. So they're out there.
Well, Brian, congratulations, and a lot to look forward to.
Lots of look forward to. Next year's Roundtable is going to be really interesting. Yes, it's a little forward back.
Yes, it is. I want to thank all the leaders who are here with us today. Mark and Jim, of course, Anthony, Nath, Karl, Murphy from Spiffy, Brian Benstock.
Those guys are changing the industry. You know that. Right? That's pretty cool to be a part of it.
Yeah, I see that. Everybody, you're watching the industry transform before your eyes. We're here at Paragon Honda, and we will be right back.